All right, click the links for Odysee and BitChute, and thanks for the recent donations. Very cool. So sailing the high seas doesn't really hurt sales because digital comics cannot compete with the real thing. People want the tangible thing. They want it in their hand. It's just a whole different experience. And, reading things on tablets is okay. Like, this is an 8-inch tablet, and I love it. But unless tablets get larger and also lighter, and I don't know, they've got to get better. It's not the same, and even if they do get better, it's still not the same. People want to fold the pages back and smell it. It's just a whole different vibe. And people want the thing itself. Like, collectors actually want to have the thing, to hold it up, to put it in plastic, to put it on a shelf. You're never going to replace that feeling. They want the in-person visit, not a video call. If they can't afford to buy the paper product itself, then they wouldn't have bought the digital version of it. Comics are failing because the writers and editors are insanely racist, anti-white, misandrist cat people, who will be eaten by their cats when they die alone, probably by masturbating in a closet. Okay, so it says on the sailing the high seas debate, there is no debate. It's criminal behavior. People are struggling to make a living, and you're taking what they're creating without giving them just compensation. There's no justification for that. We'll see. And I guess Larsen is sort of right in that, yes, you shouldn't steal, but I'm not sure if they were. Yes, technically, legally, they are stealing, but ethically and morally, is it stealing if you were not going to pay for it anyway? People will go sailing for comics, musics, and films, not me, and they have no intention of buying them in the first place. It's just it's just convenience. And it's like they want to know how bad something is, but there's a whole different, psychology between saying, oh, you have to pay 50 cents for this. It's like, no, it's not that interesting to me. If I was selling comics today, I would kind of go the Comicsgate route, and I don't mean selling independently. I mean, get an internet presence beyond Twitter. And I know the companies, they've got YouTube channels with millions of subs, but that model isn't working. You know that phrase, your best thinking got you here? Well, Marvel and DC's best thinking got them where they are right now, and they're not doing that well. And I know at the corporate level, if I was in charge, I would loosen things up. And I know they're not. The thing is, at this point, what do you have to lose? Oh well, what if their YouTube channel says something that is wrong? Again, what do you have to lose? Could sales get any lower? Oh, but think about it. They can only go up. I mean, it's like you can follow the slope. It's steadily trending downwards. If you have to piss off some Twitter SJWs with a little wrong think here and there as a corporate decision, I say, what, we're just going to ignore it. We're just going to ignore all that stuff. Start an entertainment page where you can get people interested in what you're selling, but that means that you have to be entertaining, and you cannot be politically correct, which is an issue for corporate. But at this point, you should just say, screw it. Have the channels get a piece of profit sharing, and maybe they already do, I don't know. But mainstream comics guys make zero effort to shill, and maybe that's a corporate decision. They don't want people tied too closely to the comics if they've got controversial stuff. But again, I would just put that on the back burner. Just simply ignore it as a company. Lighten up the rules and try to sell. The other issue is stop with the anti-white, misandrist, Trump derangement syndrome. Just let all that cultural Marxism go. But I don't know if they can. It's like a mental illness at this point. I think they would rather sell to a shrinking audience than give up the Marxism. In a sane world, these nut jobs would all be fired and replaced with less biased voices. Yes, comics have always been left of center, and they probably always will be left of center. And even the thing is, the conservatives in Comicsgate are not. Most of them are very, very milquetoast conservatives. None of them are what the SJWs are claiming them to be. That's just nonsense. But it's not the writers and the editors that are dragging the company left. Corporate is absolutely on board with this behavior. They're not dumb. They know what's going on. And to be clear, they are willing to lose money to push the blonde man bad propaganda. This is a religion to these people. People give up religion, and it's just like nature abhors a vacuum. Man must have a belief system. They must have something to zealously advocate for. I don't know, go jogging or something. Or zealously advocate for selling a product and like that people really seem to enjoy. And you're getting positive interaction with the buyer. These people, these comic pros on Twitter, are not getting a whole lot of positive interaction. They're like, they have 150,000 followers on Twitter because they're a blue check mark and it's something that people remember, but people aren't in their replies saying, oh, I really liked this last episode, because nobody liked the last issue. Okay, and to be fair to Larsen, his stuff is not in the same propaganda league as Marvel and DC. It's just childish. I went through and I read a couple issues. I paid for all of them. And he had one where, like, it's just so sexual and it's just stupid. It's like his wife or girlfriend is bending over and you can see everything. It's just dumb. It feels very, very self-indulgent. You have to get people to want to buy the physical product. I mean, you got to push the importance of paper over digital. These stories have to be good, or they have to be at least not bad. People have to know there's a product out there, and you need to create a buzz. If that means you get on YouTube and you act like a jackass, it's worth it to sell your product. And getting on YouTube, as Joe Glass has got a YouTube channel, he's just starting, getting in YouTube, learning the ropes. And it's like, you think about it, it's probably going to take him a year to get up to speed. So that's a year of him making videos, which is like no views, no likes, no nothing, no feedback, just a year of throwing stuff out into a vacuum with nothing to show for it. It's like that's weird for a lot of people to do this long-term investment. But at least he's starting. And the thing is, the people in comics are the weirdest people I have ever been exposed to. They are degenerate, broken people. They're all totally removed from reality. They need to be put in a position of having their pay directly tied to sales. Mike Miller, EVS, Doug TenNapel, John Malin, Delarose, they have to sell to get paid. They're not subsidized to keep the intellectual properties alive. All right, so he says the companies are failing because they don't want to sell what people will pay for, which sounds like an oversimplification. I feel like they just need this, like a poster board with the kitten hanging on, with one paw and always hang in there, those stupid things. And instead of that, it's like, sell what people will give you money for. It's a contract. It's a meeting of the minds. It's a mutual exchange of promises. A promise for performance. Why do people pay $30 for Jawbreakers? To be fair, for the first book, as an FU to the mainstream industry, which is a bunch of douchebags, and to Mark Waid, who's a colossal douchebag. Actually, now I'm looking at him like, I saw him recently. He just looks like a sad, broken person who's scared of the world. He did an interview a couple days ago on this other guy's channel, and he's a sad-looking individual. Talk about somebody being alone. He's living in Southern California. He's like loaded with money, and he was scared to leave his house because of the Wu flu. Are you insane, dude? You don't have that many good years left, bro. Get out there and live them. Get a mountain bike and, I don't know, get a little exercise. So with the stuff like Jawbreakers, the first he got 400,000 for the first sales, but they kept buying his stuff because, one, they like him. He's a very likable guy, and he did a lot for this segment of the audience. He doesn't, and he got a lot of people started in this. He's like an OG who stays kind of in the closet. He doesn't insult the audience, and he gives them what they will pay for. Don't make Blonde Man bad. Don't call the customers Hugo Boss wearing Germans of the 30s. Insulting the audience is a bizarre flex. Someone in my audience gave me $3 today. I guarantee that he is a Chad with a very large penis. No homo. Erik Larsen, Savage Dragon, get another writer. I don't know what the sales are. Oh, and they do mention this. I just needed to get this 10 minutes. But they do mention down here that keeping track of sales are harder because with the diamond distribution thing. And that one website, Comic-Con, it keeps tracks of sales. I haven't been there in months, but then they switched to estimated sales. And I'm going through there and I'm looking like when they went from tracking actual paper sales or paper shipments to digital estimates. Are you nuts? Are you out of your freaking mind? Like something that was tracking, like something that opened at 40,000 the first issue and now is tracked down to like 24,000. And it's like you can just, there's these mathematical curves of probability. It's like it's going to be with this envelope unless it drastically improves, and it's just going to asymptotically approach a limit as it decreases. But the digital estimates for Comic-Con are like something that should be at like 22,000. They go, oh, the digital estimates are 30 to 60,000. Just close the website. Just give it up. Change the format of the website. Don't bother with digital estimates. Just go to interviews, reviews, talk about the industry. But this is just nonsense. Unless you're somehow getting some payment for it, I can't imagine that website is going to survive. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, guys. I'll see you on BitChute, Odysee, and Coffee, PayPal, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and the Discord. But enter at your own risk.